When Ellen and Jim Graham decided to open a family business, they weren't looking for an entrepreneurial endeavor to fill their spare time. Rather, this remarkable couple were searching for a way to create a long-term opportunity for their intellectually challenged daughter, Cameron, one that would advance her work, life, and social skills and provide the same opportunity for other challenged adults in their community.
We should go back to the training center where Cameron went after high school, the John Davis Training Center in Fairfax County. So they have different job placements for each year. So Cameron had 4 years there. And so for the first year, she was at a Marriott. And there are all these wonderful organizations, whether it's Giant Food or Marriott Corporation, that really want to help our young adults progress and develop job skills, and then they hire our community. And so she trained in a hotel the first year. The second year she trained in a preschool. And then the third year she was placed in this culinary program where in the Davis Center they have a real live catering kitchen and they run a business. And when I heard that she'd been placed in a catering job, I went to the principal and I said, Cameron doesn't need to know how to cook. I've taught her how to cook. You know, this is going to be a waste of her time. He said, you better go talk to the teacher. And I said, okay. So I go and talk to the teacher, and she said, this isn't a cooking class. This is a business. Give me a month with your daughter, and if you're not happy and she's not happy, we'll move her. And this teacher was one of those people who had such incredible expectations and never let her students slide on anything. So when you have other people like that who you encounter, they once again make you reflect and think, wow, am I setting the bar high enough?
So how many times did you have to raise the bar?
Well, we haven't stopped raising it.
I think we're still, yeah.
Last week, Cameron rode the bus to work for the first time.
So. Were you driving behind?
No, but I did call a job coach and say, meet her at the bus stop. But the thing is that she got on without a friend. It's a local commuter bus, but it's one more step. And every time you take those steps, you're scared to death.
Was she scared?
I think she's probably a little bit scared, but she's so excited by the independence that goes along with it that she wants it. Because once again, she knows that her brother lives in an apartment by himself in Washington. And she knows that that's how you progress in life.
Then Cameron, at age 22, ages out of Fairfax County.
Out of the school, the Davis School.
Yeah, out of the whole thing. And they have a placement service, and so they started talking with us about, where would Cameron fit, what could she do. And one night she comes home and she says, they really don't have enough jobs for all these young people that are graduating. And, we really need to go start a company. And so we started looking around, and we went, and, to everyone's credit, there are lots of little businesses all over the country that have been started by crazy parents and others who care about this population of people that can be productive but don't have many opportunities. One day, I'm talking with a good friend and business mentor of mine who says, well, wait a minute, if that's what you guys are going to do, you really need to come up here to Martha's Vineyard and see a chocolate business that's been here for a quarter of a century. And they employ a lot of the island folks who have disabilities. And he says, the crazy thing is they produce such a great product that there are lines out the door. It actually backs up traffic on one of the roads up there during the summertime.
What's the name of this place?
Chilmark Chocolates. So we go up to see this operation. The two women who started this operation were hugely helpful to us. And Ellen and Cameron went up and worked the week before Valentine's Day and learned a lot. A year later, we go back up to Martha's Vineyard and kind of on a little vacation, but also to see these people. And Ellen says, hey, we're up and running, tell us the story. And she's kind of excited, the woman who had been so helpful to us. And she says, It's amazing. She says, over the 25 years, there have been lots of Ellens that have come by. But you're the only guys that actually got it off the ground.
The business in Chillimark is candy only.
Yes.
Chocolates, right?
Chocolates. How do you evolve into something more?
Well, that's simple. One day we're in here drawing lines on the floor about where things are going to go and that sort of thing. And Ellen says, well, let's get a cup of coffee. And we go, wow. Yeah, where's the nearest
No
coffee
place
shop?
to get a cup of coffee.
There's no, and being the brilliant businessman I am, I said, hey, maybe we could add coffee to the chocolate. So,
And then if you have coffee, you've got to have muffins. And then if you have muffins, you've got to
Gotta have
have
cookies.
Right.
Where did you draw the line, though? Like, at what point did you say, all right, we have to stop here because this is more than enough to handle?
well, the Chateaubriand dinners were
Right.
the problem.
Right. We haven't drawn the line yet. We started making quiche, and now we do wraps. We do 3 or 4 different kinds of wraps.
We produce things that fit the model that we've built here and the demand that the customers have.
What is the model that you've built here? I'm still trying to...
Okay. So this is really important. There are a couple of elements. One is that we want to build something that's self-sustaining. And by that definition, it means that you have to have products and deliver them in a fashion that people want to pay for at a profit. And the other element that's really important is that the jobs that we're producing are what we would characterize as meaningful work for the employees. And
And the employees define that as well, because I don't think we've clearly defined that either. You're looking to hire people with disabilities.
People with intellectual disabilities, they should be 22 years or older, because until then there are other services available to them. So 22 and older is when they start looking for employment. There were other opportunities for Cameron when we looked when she was graduating, but they didn't have kind of 3 things that were critical for us. The first was really meaningful employment, where she was making something that she got satisfaction from, number 1. Number 2 was a social interaction with the consumer, so actually meeting customers and engaging with them. And 3, having kind of overall community interaction. So part of what we do is our workers take a bus with their job coach one day a week, and they go shopping at a grocery store. And they shop for products that they need. And so...
Not related to the store, but personally.
Personally.
Okay.
Well, they can also buy things that the store needs, but for the most part, they're each supposed to have their own grocery list. So we address each individual kind of in 3 aspects: their work skills, their life skills, and their social skills.
Do you have to be specially licensed to have a place with people who are intellectually challenged?
We are cleared through the state and through the county, and we have several certifications. All my job coaches have to have background checks and fingerprinting.
You've used the term job coach several times. What does that mean?
So they are people who are trained to work with people with disabilities and take tasks and break them down to that individual's level. The traditional model is where the job coach kind of stands back and says, do this, no, you're doing that wrong, correct this. And ours, we follow the Chillimark model, and that is that it's parallel work. My job coaches work alongside my workers and do the same jobs my workers do, so that there's not somebody standing there critiquing them. Instead, there's somebody modeling what's done.
Showing them.
Yeah, there's no us and them. It's everybody does the same work.
Is a job coach an employee, or is that a volunteer position?
No, they're
Employees.
So you have to have a double staff, in effect.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the challenges of this whole business model.
Not to mention the cost, but finding qualified people has got to be a challenge.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to be almost as crazy as we are.
For the 2 job coaches I have working in the kitchen today, I probably interviewed 20 people. A lot of people say they want to work here because they're compassionate, and they say, oh, I'd like to help the disabled. Once again, I'm going back to that whole theme of expectation. I don't want people to help them. I want people to raise the bar again.